Today we're going to talk about the maintenance and troubleshooting of the Solariver 655 gallon per hour solar water pump kit. That kit comes with a 35 watt 18 volt solar panel. The things to check on the solar panel are within this junction box here. You want to check the connections, make sure that they're nice and tight. Just takes a Phillips screwdriver. Sometimes they get loosened in transport, so if you receive your pump and you can't get it started immediately, that's something to check. Over time, you want to make sure that there's no water getting in there or dirt, cobwebs, things like that. So that's a good place to check. And then when you are connecting the pump to the panel connector and the pump connector both have a flat side. Matching up those flat sides will keep the positives and negatives connected. If that gets reversed, the pump will not run. So if the pump doesn't run, definitely verify your connection. So we push those together. It is a waterproof connection, so sometimes you got to give it a bit of a push. And then there is a waterproof nut that goes over the top of that. Make sure to tighten it to keep water out of that connection. If water does get in there, it will affect the pump's performance. The water pump itself has a outer housing with holes in it to keep the big debris out of the pump. How we release this outer housing, there's tabs on each side. Push on those tabs, that will release the top housing. We want to make sure the inside of the housing is nice and clear, no debris, nothing growing in there. We can then remove the pump from the lower housing. The lower housing itself, we want to make sure this is nice and clean, there's no sediment building up or any mud or anything that will interfere with the pump. On the pump itself, there is a smaller filter on the intake that can be squeezed and pulled off and then cleaned. We want to make sure nothing's growing in there, no dirt, things like that. To get to the inside of the pump, hold it in our hand, turn it about a half turn to release the front housing. We want to make sure that there's no rocks or anything stuck in here. The impeller itself then slides out. Want to make sure this is still clean, there's nothing wrapped around this ceramic shaft in here. Make sure this turns as it should. Inside the pump, we want to make sure nothing has gotten caught in there. It is a magnetic pump, so sometimes if grime or anything, dirt gets stuck in there, then it can cause an issue with the contact of the magnet, that as long as you clean it out, it'll be just fine. Make sure this is all clear. When we then reassemble, on the impeller itself, there's a little arrow that says up. We want to make sure that that is up. If these are turned, then the shaft won't align right. And that is a reason why sometimes you'll get intermittent running, or it won't start in the morning, but if you unplug it and then plug it back in, it starts up again. It usually has to do with the shaft alignment. So the next things that we want to check are to make sure that the dry run protection sensors, these two right here, are clean. There's nothing growing on them. This is what allows the pump to understand whether it's underwater or not. If the water level drops below, the pump stops to keep it from burning out. So we want to make sure those look good. And then reassembly, find where that sits, turn it back 90 degrees, put the filter back on. There are pegs in the bottom of the lower housing. We're going to set that right back on there, so it's nice and sturdy in there. There's also a little cutout for the cord on this side here, so we want to make sure the cord goes back in that little spot. Set that right over to make sure the outlet comes through the hole. Line up the tabs, push it down, and then reattach it to the solar panel, and you should be good to go.